Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Dr. Terry Dubrow issues caution to Hollywood. Trying to pursue perfection can ruin careers, plus Heather says she only opts in for non-surgical solutions. Dr. Terry Dubrow, the famed plastic surgeon known for his work on Botched and Real Housewives of Orange County, is sounding the alarm on Hollywood's obsession with youth and surgical perfection. In a candid interview with Fox News Digital, Dubrow warned that both celebrities and everyday people are pushing cosmetic procedures to dangerous extremes. Aging is becoming a disease, Dubrow said, as he discussed the unhealthy pursuit of flawlessness that's gripping both social media and the entertainment industry. Some people do have a certain amount of BDD, body dysmorphic disorder, he explained. And I think there's a spectrum of it. And some people, not necessarily celebrities, but some people just may do plastic surgery for not the greatest reasons, and they're trying to pursue perfection. He believes a major driver of this trend is social media's filtered reality and now the growing influence of artificial intelligence. Everybody is portraying, as you know, through filtering and other processes. Now AI, of course, is going to be influencing that. Idealized versions of themselves. And celebrities are now transparent, admitting to plastic surgery, and are looking really good, Dubrow said. Despite the increasing normalization of cosmetic work, Dubrow cautions that altering your appearance too drastically can backfire, especially in Hollywood, where your image can define your entire career. If you're a female celebrity who's gotten older, it's okay to look a little different, just as long as you don't do the sort of Jennifer Grey thing, he said, referring to the Dirty Dancing star who famously underwent a nose job that left her virtually unrecognizable. You go from looking one way on Dirty Dancing, having your nose done, and then you're out of the industry because you changed your whole look. Jennifer Grey herself acknowledged the impact of that decision in her memoir, Out of the Corner, writing, "Overnight I lose my identity and my career." On the flip side, Dubrow pointed to actors like Brad Pitt as examples of aging gracefully and subtly. "Brad Pitt looks unbelievable," he said. "What I love about the way Brad Pitt looks, and I have no inside information about Brad Pitt, is he looks like Brad Pitt. He looks unaltered. If you did anything to alter Brad Pitt's Brad Pittness, even if he looked good, it would be a fail. Because what are you going to do to make Brad Pitt look better?" While Pitt hasn't confirmed any procedures, he told NDTV in 2022, "I could say I eat well, but I don't. I could say I meditate, but not really. I would say I've got a lot of lovely people in my life and I stay creative." Another name Dubrow praises is Lindsay Lohan, noting that whatever she's had done was really, really good. He added, "Whatever she's done was done really well. I think whatever she does, it's worked." Lohan, 39, hasn't confirmed surgery, but earlier this year told Elle, "Everyone does Botox." She's also been open about having Morpheus 8, a microneedling treatment, and credits her dermatologist for her look. Heather Dubrow, Terry's wife and fellow Real Housewives star, also chimed in on the pressure of maintaining a youthful appearance, especially under the scrutiny of HD television. "I'm as vain as the next person. Being on high-definition television at this age is not for the faint of heart," she said, adding that she's always opted for the non-surgical solutions to anti-aging. But Heather's focus has shifted towards strength and longevity, rather than image alone. "I want to be like a fit mom, meaning I want to have longevity," she said. "I remember seeing a picture of Goldie Hawn a few years ago, and she had her granddaughter in a backpack. She was in her 70s, and I was like, that's what I want. I'm not looking at pictures of the girls on the beach in the bikini going, whoa, that's a nice butt. I'm going, look at her with her granddaughter on her back, and she is fit, and she's moving, and she's flexible, and she's alive. That's what I think about." Hollywood has always been a glittering paradox, a place where dreams are built on smoke, mirrors, and camera lenses so kind they could convince anyone they were flawless. Yet behind the perfectly lit red carpet photos and the sculpted silhouettes gracing billboards, a quiet warning has been growing louder. This week, Dr. Terry Dubrow, the board-certified plastic surgeon known for turning surgical disasters into works of art unbotched, delivered that warning with the clinical precision only he could. Pursuing perfection can ruin you, Dubrow said during a recent panel discussion in Beverly Hills, his voice measured, but his eyes heavy with a kind of weary knowing. He wasn't speaking just about bodies. It's not just the face or the figure, it's the obsession itself. The need to keep chasing something you can never truly reach. The statement hung in the air, a stark contrast to the gilded room full of stylists, agents, and celebrities sipping champagne. He didn't soften it. He didn't wink to make it a soundbite. For Dubrow, this was no PR stunt. It was a diagnosis. The cult of the perfect look in Hollywood, where the clock on youth ticks louder than anywhere else, perfection isn't just desired. It's demanded. The industry whispers it in auditions, screams it in magazine spreads, and bakes it into every digital filter. Actors and influencers are encouraged to keep refining themselves, whether it's smoothing a wrinkle, trimming a waistline, or adjusting a jawline for a more symmetrical profile. But Dubrow has seen the fallout. The human body has limits, he explained. The skin can only stretch so far. Muscles can only be tightened so much, and even if you could make something mathematically perfect, the human eye might reject it because it loses the uniqueness that makes beauty real. It's a concept that seems lost in a culture where cosmetic touch-ups have gone from hush-hush secrets to Instagram confessionals. There's no denying modern cosmetic medicine can produce remarkable transformations, but Dubrow cautions against the idea that more is always better, when perfection becomes a prison. During his talk, Dubrow shared anonymized cases from his career. Stories of rising stars whose once subtle tweaks spiraled into cycles of surgeries. In one case, an actress had 5 rhinoplasties in 6 years, each one a little more refined than the last, until the structure of her nose collapsed. Her career, once on a steep upward trajectory, stalled. She couldn't book roles, Dubrow said gently. Casting directors were distracted by her appearance, and the roles she used to own were suddenly going to other people. Another tale involved a young male influencer who felt his jawline wasn't heroic enough. Over a decade, he endured implants, fat grafting, bone shaving, and skin tightening procedures, only to end up looking older than his years and, ironically, less camera-friendly. The problem is that perfection is a moving target, Dubrow told the crowd. You'll never hit it, because by the time you get close, your idea of perfection will have already changed. Heather's counterpoint: choosing restraint. If Terry Dubrow's warning was a scalpel, his wife Heather's response was a velvet glove. Known to fans from the Real Housewives of Orange County and admired for her timeless elegance, Heather Dubrow has often been accused of having work done, accusations she meets with a shrug and a smile. I'm not against aesthetic treatments, she clarified in a follow-up interview. I'm against losing yourself in them. Her personal philosophy? Non-surgical solutions first, and only when truly necessary. I love a good facial, light lasers, maybe some ultrasound tightening. But I've never wanted to change the core architecture of my face. That's me. That's my identity. For Heather, the approach is part science, part self-love. She views non-surgical options as ways to enhance rather than erase. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel fresh or confident, she said. But the danger is when you think you're not enough without the intervention. That's when you have to step back and ask why you're doing it. The economics of eternal youth. Part of the challenge, Terry pointed out, is that Hollywood monetizes insecurity. Streaming platforms, fashion houses, and beauty brands thrive on the idea that there's always something to fix. The billion-dollar cosmetic industry has blurred the line between self-care and self-erasure. Young actors are told they have to look 25 forever, he said. But at some point, you're not 25, and that's not a flaw. That's life. Heather agreed, adding that the conversation around aging needs a reset. We need to see more people owning their age, especially women. Wrinkles aren't failures. They're receipts for a life lived.